how's it going? It's GC Wrestling Talk back again, and today we're going to be going over Smackdown Live, uh, July 16th, 2019. Gabe, what were your thoughts on the show?
So it was a pretty average show. Um, I liked it. It had highs. Was it as good as? By the way, we're sorry that this is coming out late.
Oh, yeah. Apologies for that. We both had a busy schedule,
Yeah,
so we're
but
a
was it
day
as good
late.
as Monday's Raw? Um, but was it as good as Monday's Raw? No, but I mean, I feel like for now I'm okay with these types of shows for SmackDown. These, not so. I mean, it wasn't bad, but
Yeah,
it wasn't great. But I'm fine with these shows. But when it gets to Fox, I need it to be stepped up,
yeah.
because they're gonna have a lot more liberty on Fox. So I'm fine with it for now. But when we move to Fox, I need something better.
Oh, also, Eric Bischoff was not backstage in the show. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know exactly when he's starting, but he had very little to nothing to do with this show, so I'm not going to say anything about him. So hopefully
Yeah.
he
Did you
brings some good stuff when he comes.
did you hear what like? People are saying that he might not even be the executive producer anymore.
No, I
Like,
think he still will be. I
I,
don't know what happened, but
I think so too. But some people are saying like he'll be like the guy who talks about like higher up, like he's a higher up person. He'll talk about like I don't know what they were talking about, but like
like approving
kind
stuff.
of. Yeah, it was weird. Like I forget what the article was, but I read it and they were like, Eric Bischoff isn't going to be the executive producer. He's not going to be handling the show anymore. He's going to be handling like, I guess like promotions and stuff and like getting it to other places. I don't know. That's what I read.
I hope
Um,
not. I'm actually excited about Bischoff taking over.
I think it'll be great if they keep him. I hope those are just like really bad rumors
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
like it's gone. But that's what I found when I was like looking through the news feed on WWE on
Yeah.
the when I searched it online.
All right. So to get into SmackDown from 2 days ago now. So the show kicked off with Kevin Owens, his pipe bomb from the previous week, where he talked about all these like superstars that Shane McMahon is taking time away from, like Buddy Murphy, Apollo, AOP, Kyrie Sane, like a bunch of people like that. So we start off backstage after the promo or the package, and it's Shane McMahon with a bunch of security guards, and he basically tells KO that he doesn't like want any trouble with the show, so he just gave him the show off. He said he scheduled a town hall to let superstars voice their frustrations if they have any. So after that, KO leaves the building. We get a recap of Roman and Undertaker versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre from Extreme Rules. And then the first ever SmackDown Live Town Hall was underway, and I actually really enjoyed this. I thought it was a really good segment to have. Some parts are kind of cringy, but I thought it was a pretty good
I
segment.
I like the segment too, but some like it was a good segment overall, but some of it didn't make sense. Okay, well one part didn't make sense to me, and that was Buddy Murphy's.
Yeah, that kind
Um,
of. We'll get
what do
into
you
that.
mean?
Yeah,
We'll
that's
get
kind
there.
of
When we get there,
yeah.
when we get there.
All right, so the first one to step up and talk to Shane was Roman Reigns. He basically came out and just said no one respects him at all and called him a jackass, and then he left. So that he made a statement, and apparently Shane wants to fine him, which is all in story. But I think it was good for Roman to be the first one, just like shut Shane up a bit and then just leave. I thought that was a good like start to it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And then
It's a nice
Shane,
warm welcome.
yeah, and then Shane asked Charlotte Flair to step up to the microphone. Of course, her
Welcome back,
being the
Charlotte.
heel, yeah, I don't know where she's been for the last month and a half, but there she is. So, her being the heel, she obviously said Shane's been great. The McMahons have done so much for her and her family ever since she was born. And then Liv Morgan, one of the people Kevin Owens talked about in his pipe bomb actually interrupted, and this was kind of cringy. This was one of the parts I was talking about that was kind of cringy.
Yeah, she's not
Like,
the best on the mic, but
yeah, she's a great wrestler. She's great, but
yeah,
she can work on her mic abilities. She basically was saying, "Oh, Charlotte, you've been here for so long, just taking opportunities from people like me." And then they started arguing. Then Shane stopped that, and then that would lead to a match later on, which we will get to. And then this is the part with Buddy Murphy, if you would like to talk about it.
well, maybe we're thinking different things, but the reason why I didn't like when Murphy came up was, saying like telling Kevin Owens, he should keep his my name out of his mouth or whatever, but Kevin Owens wants you on the show. He's rooting
Yeah,
for you to be on the show, and you're out here like, nah, you know. But he hasn't
yeah,
done
that
anything to
it
try
didn't
and be on
make
the
sense.
show. So it's like, what are you, doing Kevin Owens bogus for when he wants you on the show?
Yeah,
He wants you to be a part of the roster and actually be, wrestling. So yeah, that's what I didn't really understand.
yeah.
But
But see,
I
I
guess because he's a
kind of get
heel.
it. Yeah, because he is a heel, so he does want his first appearance, which was that to signify that. So I guess it does make sense, but I don't know why he would go after Kevin Owens. I feel like that's, I don't know.
It didn't make sense to me, but I
And I
mean,
didn't like how he came back later in the night, so like all of a sudden he's just like
he's
a
Shane's buddy.
regular. Yeah, I don't know. And
That
then
makes sense.
we had Apollo Crews get called out by Shane McMahon, and he basically agreed with. He said everybody feels the same way, that Shane is taking opportunities, and he just thinks it's not fair. And then Zelina Vega and Andrade interrupt, which schedules another match for later on. And Vega says, "You had your chance to shine," and then Andrade beat like you multiple times. So then that happened. And then Elias, the greatest acquisition in SmackDown Live history, comes out. It's all praise for Shane, and Big E uh, came out, which that was kind of weird. I knew the New Day was going to get involved. I just didn't think they were going to interrupt Elias.
Yeah,
But oh my god, New Day right now, I think this is the best they've ever been. They're so good.
they're great. They're amazing.
So Big E basically says Elias isn't the biggest acquisition, he's the biggest jackass in WWE. So, and then Kofi starts going ham on Shane, and then Shane signals to have his mic turned off, and then acts like it was a technical difficulty. So, New Day looked good in this. We got some new faces with some new promos. So, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought the right people talked, at least.
It allows us to notice how did Woods talk at all?
I don't
Woods didn't
think so.
talk.
I think it was Big E and then Kofi.
It shows us how much like it, the past couple weeks. It's kind of like they've been showing people. Normally we think Woods is good on the mic, but recently he's been killing it in the ring, and
Yeah,
they're doing both now. Big E and Kofi are showing how great they are on the mic. Have they?
yeah,
That's not. It's not to say that they used to be bad, but it's not what we think of when we think Kofi. We think high
yeah.
flying. With
Very
Big E, we
true.
think heavy moves and big strong guy. So it's cool to see that the New Day is showing that we can do everything around here. We basically run this joint.
I honestly believe they are the most charismatic, like full faction in WWE. Like maybe like top 3 in like history. They are so like all of them. If you give them a 10-minute promo, you'll stay entertained the whole time.
100%.
Like it's so hard for people to do that. So props to
But
them. They're
what
great.
who do they remind you of? What's a tag team? They're kind of what tag team is also as charismatic as them that you can
DX,
remember? That's what I was gonna say.
because like they're kind of they're making it a little more past PG, with their jokes.
Yeah.
And like just all of them have the ability to just talk and talk. They're hilarious. I think of like 2006 DX when Shawn and Triple H came back.
The one
That
against
wasn't
the
that wasn't
the Spirit Squad and stuff, right?
yeah, against McMahon's, and that wasn't really the faction, but like that's how I see the New Day right now. Just
Yeah,
hilarious, but also great.
definitely, definitely.
So then Shane McMahon sends everyone backstage, and then Cesaro comes out, and again Cesaro's a Raw superstar, so that's great. And he asked for a rematch with Aleister Black, and I was like, oh hell yeah! I was I knew it wouldn't get as much time, obviously, as they did in Extreme Rules, but you could give them 4 minutes and they'll still put on a great show.
Yeah, it was
It was
and the match
really
was actually
good.
really good. So
Yeah.
here's the only thing I have a worry with about this is that if they're giving him the rematch, maybe it's just me, but something like I'm worried that they're not gonna get a match at SummerSlam.
I don't think they will. I think Aleister's going to move on. I don't know what they're going to do with Cesaro.
You know, which I think if like again, if they would have given him more time, that match could be amazing at
Yeah, because
SummerSlam.
I think we both agreed that and the Ricochet match at Extreme Rules were the best ones.
They just needed more time.
Yeah, so if they both got more time, so I don't think that's going to happen. We'll get to the match. That was the first one, so we'll be there in a bit. So then after Cesaro leaves and is granted the match, Kevin Owens comes from behind. I like the cinematic of how he came into the thing. Like Shane McMahon was like in the middle, and then you just see Kevin Owens like pop up in the back. It was really good camera work.
Oh yeah,
They
that
did
was
a
really good.
really good job with that. And then KO goes for his like kick into the stunner, and then Shane accidentally falls during the kick, which just makes everything weird.
It's pretty funny
And
though.
then Kevin Owens like picks him back up. He's like, "Really?" And then he just stunners him. So
Yeah, it was hobby.
yeah, I wrote second time's the charm. So it worked the second time. It was a good start to the show. I This was one of the more entertaining parts for me, just because we got to hear so many different people. We got matches set up for later. There's a lot of like new people that we haven't heard from, like even Charlotte coming back. So like I thought it was a good segment to start.
Yeah, yeah, I liked it.
So then, shall we move on to the first match?
Yo,
All right. So the first
let's roll.
match was the Extreme Rules rematch between Aleister Black and Cesaro. I can't praise these guys enough. Honestly, they should both be world champions in the next few years. Cesaro should have been years ago, but that never happened. So, uh, so we had some good moves in this. So Aleister Black has, I don't know, he kind of like knocks his opponent to the floor and then like runs off the ropes. He does like a baseball slide, but like a knee to the face. I honestly believe Aleister Black has the best like knee kick combos in WWE.
Yeah,
Like they look like they're so painful because they actually hit. It's I don't know. He does a really good job with all that.
yeah.
And then
Um,
continue.
yeah, yeah. No, go.
Now continue. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna mention it's kind of like a Nakamura
Yeah,
a
I
little bit,
agree.
but
I feel like he does it
for
better
me,
though.
it's just Nakamura's been so is again another one of them who's been so underutilized. We don't care.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe he is better, but at the same time, we don't care because we never see him. So right now, Alistair is just he's killing it. So we'll see.
yeah. It was. He's really good with his like kicks and like precision and everything. And then he hit his springboard moonsault that he does off the ropes that where his opponent's standing, and then he kind of like hits him with like a, just a moonsault. And my favorite sequence in the match was probably the one after that, where Cesaro threw Alistair into the corner, hit him with the running uppercut that like he loves doing, and then like runs off the rope, hits a big boot, and then gets Alistair in the crossface. It was like such a smooth transition to everything.
Yeah,
So I mean, Cesaro, he's so good. I feel bad for him. And
Yeah.
then towards the end of the match, Cesaro goes for, I guess it's kind of like a running shoulder tackle into Alistair in the corner. Never works, never has been for anybody. I don't know why people keep doing it. He hits the ring post, comes back into a jumping knee, which I don't even think Alistair smacked his leg. I genuinely think it was his jaw.
Yeah.
But then he does his little. I love the taunt before the Black Mass where he like one leg just lifts him up,
Oh yeah.
and Alistair Black hits the Black Mass, knocks Cesaro's mouth guard out. Oh my god, the kick is just. I wrote in my notes. It's probably my favorite finisher. That and the 630 are probably my two favorite finishers.
It
It
was it
looks
was it better
so.
than Sundays though?
Oh, I don't know. They showed a slow motion on Sunday.
I
Both
feel
were
as
like
though if the
perfect.
mouth guard would have came out on Sunday, it would have been the perfect Black Mass.
Yeah,
But
but it was a great
this
way
one
to
was
end
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah. So the winner via Black Mass is Aleister Black. The match wasn't as good as their Extreme Rules match. Obviously, less time to work with. Not a big show, so they didn't really put as much effort into it. But it was still a great match. I still think it was match of the night.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it. I gave their Extreme Rules a 4.25. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give this a 3.75.
Yeah, that's
Still,
what I was
still
thinking.
had the hard hits. Still had all the like action, but just less time to work with.
Yeah.
So I
That's
think that's a
basically what
fair
was wrong
rating.
with it. Yeah.
All right, you want to talk about after this match? What happened?
So again, Dolph or not again, but Dolph enters Shane's office, right? That's where he goes?
Yeah,
Or yeah. Yeah, he enters Shane's office, asks for a rematch with Kevin Owens if Shane allows him back in. Shane allows him back in. And we have that match scheduled for later tonight. Now, I won't lie, I didn't see this segment for Daniel Bryan because I had to use the bathroom.
it
So,
was the post Extreme Rules one after he lost the title where he just went crazy. And he's like,
uh,
there was this plan, there was the plan, and like all that. I followed it.
yeah,
Yeah, so just
I remember that.
recap that.
Oh, alright. Um, but yeah. Do you want me to just recap that, or do you want me to just move on to match two?
You could just move on.
Alright. Well, match two was Charlotte versus Liv Morgan. This it wasn't the great match. We didn't
It
expect
was
it
a
to be. It
quick match.
was a quick, not great, but it was a match. Um, Liv hits an enziguri, followed by a double stomp to Charlotte's back in the corner. That was actually really good by Liv
Yeah,
Morgan.
that that
Like,
that that looked nasty.
people don't give Liv Morgan enough credit, just because I guess people think of her as a jobber, especially with the Riot Squad. So,
How did you feel about the Riot Squad first? Because I didn't like them at all.
I, I didn't like them. They weren't good to me.
Yeah,
I feel it's not that they couldn't be good. It's that they squashed them so early it didn't matter.
yeah.
But it was a quick match. After that, a little bit more into the match. Charlotte hits a power bomb, instantly into a figure eight, and Liv Morgan taps out, and Charlotte's your winner. Um, as soon as the match ends, Liv goes outside the ring, grabs Corey Graves' headset, and says that the next time she comes back, she's gonna be real.
I
Now,
hated this part. I hated this part so much.
it was, it's the way she said it.
I know, it
It
was
was the way
so
she said it.
cringy. Like she was
I
trying to act hurt, but it just came out like really bad.
came out really like that. Yeah, it was cringy, and it was like, I don't know. I guess it was just in the moment, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, just say something after the match," and that's what came out. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
but I mean, if she is leaving for a bit though, I honestly believe that if she comes back with like a better gimmick, a tougher attitude,
I think
She could
she's
honestly kill it.
coming back as the NXT Liv, like the blonde.
The one with
Uh,
Enzo and Cass.
yeah. No wait, that was Carmella.
I'm stupid. Um, I forget.
She
I
was
keep. I
dating
only said
Enzo,
that
so I
because
said yeah.
she was dating Enzo. That's why I was like, yeah. I
But
know
yeah,
what you're
the
talking
the
about.
blonde one where she was like, I didn't really watch NXT back then, but
Where
I
she
would
had the
assume she
backward
was
hat and
more
stuff.
aggressive. I don't know. Yeah.
She was, yeah.
So
Yeah, I know
yeah.
what you're talking about. Forget what I said, guys. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I do honestly believe she could be great though. As long as she comes back with a tougher attitude and not as much of a
No
I don't
blue
know what
tongue.
she acts like.
There's no
Yeah,
point for the
like
blue tongue.
she's more of a comedic. If anything, she's comedic relief.
Yeah.
But hopefully, when she comes back, hopefully she takes a decent amount of time off,
I don't
maybe like
think
a
so. I think it's
month.
gonna be like a week or two.
I say a month. No,
It
you
it
know
would
what I'm
make
saying?
sense for it to be a month at least.
If it's the only reason the only way I see her coming back in around 2 weeks is if she's gonna have a feud with Charlotte, which leads into Mania, or not Mania,
Mania.
into SummerSlam.
Holy crap.
But it's been a long day, right?
No, I don't
That
think they're
leads
gonna
into
have a
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam match. I don't think there's
That's
gonna
the
be
only
room
way
in
I
the
can see her
card.
come back. But dude, let's be honest,
Yeah,
they'll make room. The thing's gonna be long as fuck.
pre-show. I don't know. Maybe they could do something.
Dude, Extreme Rules was almost 4 hours long, minus the pre-show.
SummerSlam's gonna be like 5 with like a 2-hour pre-show.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long one.
It's gonna be like the
How long
Greatest
was
Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. It was like a
how long
seven
was
and a half hour
Mania?
show. I think it was 7 hours in total.
Was it? I remember,
Six and a
wasn't
half or seven.
34 like 12 hours long almost, or 10
Oh
hours,
my
something like
god! It
that.
started at like 4 and then ended at like
11, I think.
1 in the morning or something. That one was
Bro,
so.
and
That
then
was the
you
one
watched
the
it
Hardys
late.
came back, right? Oh no, it was 33 or
33 are the
32.
ones that came. 33 was when they came back.
That one
34
was
was
so long.
that one was super long too.
It started at like
Thankfully,
3 and then ended
it
at
was
like
so
12:30. I remember that.
no, but that Mania was actually decent. You
Yeah,
imagine Mania 34 sucked, but you had to
yeah.
watch through that whole thing to realize that it sucked.
No, it had AJ Shinsuke, the match of the year.
Yeah, and then it turned Shinsuke heel and it went nowhere.
I don't know, he's champ again.
Wrong championship, bro. He's Intercontinental Champion.
Alright, so what would you rate the match?
Uh, for what it was meant to be, I'd give it a 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 too. See what I did there, 2 2. So
I
yeah,
don't know.
Liv's good. Charlotte's obviously one of the better female wrestlers. So I don't know. I hope Liv gets momentum, but she needs to work on her promos. That's all I'm gonna say for
Yeah.
now. So after that, we go backstage again to Dolph Ziggler talking to one of the referees, asking for, I believe, Kevin Owens' number. I hate segments like this because the referee or Ziggler's like, come on, I know you have it. And the ref's like, fine. And he pulls out his phone and he just points at it. You don't have Kevin Owens' number just pulled up on your phone randomly. Like, at least search for it. Like, come on.
It was an instant. Oh, it's right there. There you go. It's like it was his wallpaper. Fucking.
So then
was
we
hilarious.
had Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose against Ember Moon and her mystery partner, who would turn out to be the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. I actually did not see this coming. I wanted, or I forgot which prediction it was, but I said I want and I believe it's going to be Ember versus Bayley at SummerSlam.
Yep.
And I was right. It actually is going to be. So this match, I couldn't take like any notes on it. Not much happened. It was like a 3.5 minute match or something.
Wasn't that one?
Actually, I think like 4 of the matches were like under 5 minutes.
They weren't that long, no.
Yeah, 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them were under 5 minutes. Under like 4 minutes. So the only highlight in this match really was the Bayley to Belly to Sonya, and then the Eclipse to Mandy Rose, and Ember Moon picked up the win, pinning Mandy Rose. And then Bailey got interviewed post match, and she was asked by I forgot the name of the interviewer. I don't
The
know.
new one?
Yeah, I always forget her name. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
She asked Bailey what's next for the championship, and then Bailey was like, "I need someone hardworking that'll actually care about the championship. That's tough that I've been in the ring with." And then she kind of just like turned her head and saw Ember there. So I'm excited for that match. I'm
Yeah.
fine with whoever wins it. I like both of them. They're both great. So there's really nowhere this could go wrong unless it's like a 2 minute squash match again, which isn't going to happen, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's good.
But I think honestly, with the addition of this match, looking at SummerSlam, the card isn't terrible. It's not
It's
even.
it's going to be
It's.
really good, actually.
I think the only match that I could say that is like an for me is Natalia Becky,
Oh, yeah, I didn't care
but
about that one
that
at all.
even that match might be pretty good. So you know,
But, yeah, we have
I,
most likely Ricochet AJ, which should be
Styles.
great. We're probably going to have. I'm assuming it's going to be Usos Revival again. Maybe with Club
Probably.
thrown in.
I could see it.
And then SmackDown, it's going to be New Day, Bryan and Rowan, unless his announcement is something else. I'm not sure. Or
Yeah.
Heavy Machinery, so that'll be good. WWE Championship we'll get to what it's most likely going to be. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And this is
I
one
think
week
it'll be fun.
removed from Extreme Rules, and we're already like hyped for SummerSlam. That just shows that they're doing stuff right.
When is SummerSlam, by the way? It's August.
I think it's the 13th or 12th.
Is it?
It's the Sunday. I think it's 1 month after Extreme Rules, so
Yeah,
sometime
then.
around then.
The coach.
So afterwards, we get Shinsuke Nakamura getting interviewed backstage, and Mustafa Ali, or Ali, my bad, no Mustafa, Ali, comes out and says congratulations and looks at the championship. Another potential hype SummerSlam match.
Yeah. SummerSlam is the 11th, by the way, of August.
11th. I knew it was sometime around there. I would
But
love a Mustafa. Frick. An Ali versus Shinsuke match. I think that would be
that match would be
great.
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that would be able to bring back hype on Nakamura, as well as continue the hype on Ali, or actually bring back the hype for Ali too, because he's been
I,
gone for a
I
while.
I would want Ali to win that.
I don't think he would.
I don't
I'd
think
be
he
cool.
would, but I would want him to because I feel like he'd be a great Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I can't see it. I think they'd have Nakamura win it. I could see Ali win it. You know, maybe the next paid review, but
Yeah.
at SummerSlam, I don't see him. If they do have the match, I don't see him beating Nakamura.
Understandable. Alright, so then afterwards, we were supposed to have Daniel Bryan give a career-altering announcement, but New Day comes out to celebrate the fact that they're all champions and they're the best they have ever been. And this was a really good promo again. Kofi Kingston, with probably the quote of the year, he said they are 3 African American leprechauns at the end of the rainbow. They got all the gold.
It was a great quote.
And then Big E was just like going on and on. He really wants the ice cream licking epidemic to stop. The fact that he even mentioned that was great.
That was hilarious.
So then Daniel Bryan and Rowan come out, and I got so excited when he came out the first time. I'm like, yes, he's going to say it. And then he left, and then he came back. I'm like, okay, he's not going to say it. And then he left. And then he came back again, walked all the way to the end of the stage, and he left again. I hate when they do this. Like, there's no need. Just
I just want
don't.
to get the.
It was bringing back, like, Lacey Evans flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume we're getting the announcement next week.
hopefully.
I don't know I don't know what it is gonna be. I don't think it's as important as people think now. I don't think it's that important anymore.
I
I thought
thought
it was.
initially he was gonna retire or like something like
Yeah,
that, or he was gonna turn face again. I don't think it's gonna be that big.
I didn't think. I thought. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought he was gonna. Well, I was thinking he was gonna retire. But
Yeah,
now that
that's
they
what I
did this
thought.
segment, now, now that they did this segment, and he was like, it's kind of goofy. Now that's not as serious. I'm thinking it's just like it's probably gonna be like something like the New Day are gonna be in the ring. He's gonna come on. He's like,
In
we're announcing
addition to the
our
team,
yeah.
someone joins
It,
him in Rowan.
I could be down to see that. Who from NXT though? Killian? No, I don't think they
No,
did
he
Killian.
just went back to NXT.
Yeah, he was just on there last week
uh,
or yesterday.
Fandango.
Shut up.
What
I
happened
want
to
them
him?
to bring back. He's injured.
Oh,
He's
okay.
really injured. I don't know how. I want him to bring him back though, because the Fashion Files were the best thing when
I
they were on.
know, it was so good. But
Imagine,
Tyler Breeze is
could you
doing good
imagine
in
the?
NXT.
That's true. But could you imagine the backstage segments on a WWE Raw or SmackDown? You got the Fashion Files, 24/7 champions,
Oh my
and then
god.
you got
Fashion Files with heavy machinery.
bro.
Oh,
No,
we're
Fashion
geniuses.
Files. Why am I blanking on their name?
Ascension.
Um, no, that was funny, but no. Bro, why can't I remember their name? Street Profits.
Oh my
Could you
god.
imagine that?
Oh my god.
It'd
They'd
be
be so
great.
confused.
It'd be great.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Fandango, if you're watching this, please come back.
We need it.
So then, after the Brian and Rowan Lacey Evans impersonation, Samoa Joe, Elias, and Randy Orton all come out asking for a WWE title match. And I believe it was Elias that said, "Why don't we teach them a lesson, boys?" And then that led to a. He didn't say it exactly like that, but it led to a 6-man tag team match with them between. Or them against the New Day. Which, do you want to talk about this match? Because it was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Um, this match was pretty good. I actually really liked it. For me, I feel like there are only two tag teams, at least for me. There are only two tag teams right now on the roster that every time they have a match, it's decent. And that's the Usos and the New Day.
Yeah.
Um, but this match was really good. Um, yeah, like we were talking about earlier, we both agree. Xavier Woods is the most underrated wrestler, and
He's improved so much. In the
he's
last
so
like
much better
2 years, he's been fantastic.
it's. I'm so happy that he's getting. It wasn't that he was bad at wrestling, but he's improving and he's showing people what
Yeah.
he's got.
Do
He's
you
not just
remember?
the talker.
Yeah. Do you remember when the New Day first happened? I swear he did not wrestle in a match for the first like year and a half.
I'm
When he
pretty
had
sure he did.
Francesco 1.0, it
Yeah,
was just like he was always on the outside. And now I
even
swear
when he
he's
had 2.0,
wrestling every week. Now it's 2.0 because he broke 1.0.
didn't he break 2.0 too, and then he had 3.0? Oh no, he
I
had
don't know.
Francesca Turbo.
I remember Michael Cole or someone saying 2.0 not that long ago.
I don't know. I feel like I remember the term Francesca Turbo, something like that. But
I don't know. He
uh,
has a lot of Francescas ready.
yeah,
So yeah, he's great.
but it was great, dude. Can we talk about athleticism a lot? Xavier Woods, back to my guy. Okay, we never left the topic of Xavier Woods, but what the like? Now I guess it's not the hardest thing to do because Shane does it too, kind of. But like,
It's
it just
talent.
seems, it doesn't seem like everybody can do it. Just because like 3/4 of the ring is long, that shit is far.
Yeah.
And he's still, I'm 100% sure he gets way more air than Shane because he hits him right in his chest. So it's
Yeah,
just
like
like, what
he's
the fuck?
high. Oh,
So
for anyone
it's
that
crazy.
doesn't know, he hit a top rope drop kick from about 3/4 of the ring away and like perfectly connected it. It was such a nice move.
I'm 100% sure if he didn't hit If no one was in the ring and he still went for it, I'm 100% sure if the guy was outside the ring, he'd still hit him. He'd go instantly, easily through the ropes and hit my guy. That spot
It
would be
was really
legendary.
good.
But this is it. Um, what do you mean by do the normal one move to another
So
one
it's
and
like when two people are tagged in, and then one person goes in, and then
oh the
another from the
stampede?
other team, and then one person doesn't move, and then they get hit, and then they get hit, and then they get hit, and then they're all on the outside, and it's just the two that were in the ring.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, I know what you're
Yeah, so they did that.
And then Woods again with the athleticism, he dives onto Joe. Joe catches him. Joe says yeet, as the kids like to say these
Yeah,
days,
right.
and catches him in the coquina clutch. Which is that also takes a lot of strength, like
Yeah.
catching somebody out of the air. Who Woods is like what 200 something, like 250,
Yeah,
260.
he has to be like 230 probably.
Yeah, I thought he was a little heavier, but it's whatever.
I think Big E's like 270.
Nah, he's 300. No, I remember back. Was he ever 300?
I
I
think
think
he
he
said in
was.
a YouTube video that he was like 310, and then he dropped like 40 pounds or something, which is crazy.
Uh, yeah, I remember that.
So props to him.
But yeah, 100% props. But that takes a lot of strength, so props to Joe as well. Um, bro, that Trouble in Paradise was tragic.
Oh yeah, that was really bad. It like
It
hit
was
him in the
tragic.
ribs.
Yeah, it was. When I saw it, I was like,
I
this match is going so
Again,
well.
Corey Graves kind of saved it. He's like, because it wasn't connected well. But Corey Graves is like, oh, trouble in paradise to the ribs, and he's like, oh, Elias having trouble breathing, like as he was rolling outside, like that'll knock the
Yeah,
wind out of you or something. So he like really fixed it.
Corey Graves is saving a lot of
I
spots
know,
nowadays.
he's really good.
It's great. Um, what? Okay, so the next part that happens is Randy Orton comes in the ring. Both are the legal men. Randy hits an RKO, and Randy covers him for the 1, 2, 3. Randy, Joe, and Elias win the match.
Yep.
Would you, now that Randy pinned the champion, would you be down? See Randy Orton versus Kofi?
Normally I would say no, but I would be 100% down now.
It's weird now, cause like we've been talking about for the last couple of podcasts. The old wrestlers are
They're
stepping
stepping
it
it
up.
up a lot, yeah.
You know, while it's only been The Undertaker and Randy Orton, they are stepping it up hard. You know,
Yeah.
and
I mean, even
they're
Triple H in his match against Randy in his last one at Saudi Arabia,
the Super Showdown.
he
Yeah,
did
that one
really
was pretty
good.
good too.
And Batista at
That one, Randy
Mania,
was
like
that
they're
one was
all
good too.
stepping it up.
They're showing what they got, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's like, for me it's good because it allows, it shows that the old school people can still hang with the young guys and they can still keep teaching them and they can keep going longer, and
Yeah.
that allows like the longer that Randy's on the the roster, or the longer that Undertaker can stay around, he can teach these younger guys. That's why I'm like, it kind of sucks that Cena isn't around because he was one of the better ones, and I think maybe he makes, because apparently he's coming back soon. He's gonna make a comeback.
I also saw a rumor that The Rock might come back for a few matches.
I'd be down. Even Rock, like Rock, when he came back, he was pretty
He
sharp.
was good,
Wasn't the
yeah.
best, but he's pretty good. So like, I'm happy that these, older talents are still able to come back, be great, and teach these guys, something new while they're wrestling with them. So yeah, I'm
I
pretty
mean,
happy about
Kofi's a veteran too, and he's
that.
better now than I think he ever has been.
But Kofi,
Kofi's
I
still
don't really
young.
see him.
Kofi's still young.
He's still young to me. He's not, because he didn't come in when Randy Orton came in.
Yeah.
Because when Randy Orton came in,
It was like
what,
2003,
2000,
2004.
right? And Kofi came in like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
So, still a decent amount of years apart. There's not that, the class of Randy Orton, there's not any left except for him and Brock, I think, that are like,
Still seriously
Brock isn't
involved.
there, but
But
yeah.
he's still like a part of the show.
he's still there, So it's just crazy because now Batista's retired.
What happened to Big
Um,
Show?
I think he's done too. I think
Is
he's
he?
retired. I hope he is, just because whenever he comes back, it's pretty stupid.
I know it's
You
always
know?
like a face turn and then a heel turn like 3 weeks later,
Yeah.
and then
So it's
another
just
face
I
turn.
hope he's had a great career. So if he's
Yeah,
done, I'm happy with his career. He's Hall of Famer, 100%. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, I'd be like, back to the original question. I'd also be down to see Randy Orton versus Kofi. It'd be
I
I think it'd be a decent
I think
match.
it just gives like a big match feel to it. Like you want one of the main events to have like superstars, and Randy Orton is one of the biggest superstars in WWE history. So to have
Yeah.
him in a main championship match, it just makes sense. I think it'll it'll get people watching that like used to watch like back in like '05, '06, that when Randy was like really taking off. So I think it's smart. I think it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah. And now that you look at it, I could be wrong on this, but am I wrong to say that wasn't Kofi Kingston's first WWE title opportunity against Randy Orton?
I don't think he was. Wait, was Randy
He
champion?
was.
I remember
You remember
Randy
the
told WWE that Kofi was like unsafe or whatever because like he like messed up a spot and it like destroyed Kofi's push. I remember the rivalry where he like destroyed Randy's car and
Yeah.
then
I just don't remember if it was for the title or
I
not.
don't remember if Randy was champion during the time. I know he was champion
I
around that
want to say
time.
it was because he was with Legacy. That's why I'm saying that he was.
Oh
Because
yeah, that's true. He was with Legacy. I think he was.
so
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think he was. But that could, if he was, it's like a full circle type of thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Hopefully,
So
I want Kofi to keep the title, especially with New Day being as great as they are right now.
I can't see him losing it.
If it's against Randy, I can't see it either, but I can at
Mm-mm.
the same time.
If he loses it, will I be mad? No. But
I like Randy. I think Randy does deserve at least one more run before he
he's a 13 time,
retires.
right?
Yeah.
That's respectable.
I
Like
don't think he's gonna reach 16. I don't think they're gonna have him do that. But 14, I could
not
see
even
happening.
John Cena's hit 16. John
Yes,
Cena just hit
Cena
16.
and Flair are the only ones that hit
Mm.
16.
Yeah, so it's like
I
I'm
think
down to see Randy
Triple
Orton
H
have
is
one more.
14 too. So I think they'll have Randy tie Triple H just because of the history.
Yeah. It's when was Orton's last run? It was the
It
WWE World
was
Heavyweight, right?
I think it was no, it was WWE
When
Championship. He won Rumble 2 years ago. He beat Bray at
oh yeah,
33
yeah, yeah, yeah.
at WrestleMania.
That's right, that's right.
And then he
So it
held it.
wasn't that long ago,
Yeah,
but
it was
it's
like
still been a while.
a year and a half ago. 2 year, no,
It
two
was
and a
at
half years.
because I
It was
remember he had it at
33.
WrestleMania 33. He lost it to
So it's been about 2 years. I
who did he
forgot who he
lose it to?
lost it to.
Oh yeah, Jinder Mahal. Oh,
Oh no!
oh,
Don't talk about that. Ugh.
oh, please. Nah, Brandy should win the match just
Move
because of
on.
that. They made
All
him
right.
lose to
Randy
they made him
beat
lose to
Kofi
Jinder.
with an RKO.
Oh,
So Randy Orton stood tall over Kofi Kingston. Him, Samoa Joe, and Elias won. What would you rate the match out of 5?
I'm gonna give it. I'll never give a match with Kofi or the New Day or the Usos lower than 3. I can't.
I'm gonna give
So
it a 3.25 just because it was kind of quick, but
yeah,
it had good spots for a quick match.
yeah. And the New Day are another one of those. I think the New Day and the Usos are another one of those teams where if you give them enough time, they kill it. Just like they showed at Hell in a Cell and basically every other time they have a match.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
So yeah, 3.25. What did you say? The same?
I said a 3.
3. Okay. So yeah, it was a good match. We move on afterwards to again one of my favorite segments in WWE right now, the 24/7 Championship. So Carmelo's looking for R-Truth, and he is hiding in a laundry machine. Okay, first of all, does nobody like care that there's just a laundry machine in the middle of the stadium? Like, is that not weird to anyone else?
I mean, it did look kind of broken, so maybe it was just like, oh, it's just there because it's
Okay,
junk.
yeah,
But
maybe.
maybe,
So
but
he came out, and I'm gonna try. I like replayed this part like 3 times to get exactly what championship he is holding on to. So he is currently the 48-7 European 7-Eleven 24/7 I-95 277 champion. When he said I-95 277, I started dying. Like
it was great.
he's a highway champion. So yeah,
Oh,
and then he was like, he said he was just trying to hide, and then Carmella told him to hide at Comic-Con, and he said he's no con. He did his time, paid his debts to society and his community service. Oh, he's
bro,
so
Truth is
good.
awesome.
And then R-Truth falls out of the laundry machine as they run away to Comic-Con.
Uh,
Oh my god, just
bro, please let that be
oh.
a segment at Comic Con.
I think there was. I saw Drake Maverick at Comic-Con.
Was
It was
there?
on it was
Please.
on YouTube.
Speaking of Drake
I
Maverick,
didn't
bro,
watch it.
what's up with that? What's up with that, bro? Drake Maverick on
He's so
the main
serious.
shows is so
Goofy.
like he's goofy and stuff. On
He's
205,
so
he's
serious.
serious as hell. I'm like, what? like he looks like he could kick some ass on 205.
I
But on the
know.
main show, he looks shit.
That
It's
just
so
makes it
dumb.
even better.
Like, what? He's got a match against Mike Kanellis next
I
week, bro.
know.
Like, what?
Oh,
It's
great.
great,
Yeah,
dude.
it's so good. So yeah, after that segment, which was hilarious, we go into our sixth match. Was the Iconics versus the Kabuki Warriors. Still hate the name, but we'll keep going for these. Not SmackDown, just women's tag team championships. So in this match, to start off, the Kabuki Warriors get some action on Peyton. They do some like tag team work and just everything like that. And Billy Kay tags in. Asuka hits Billy Kay to the outside, and I think it's like a count of 6 or 7. She like gets one knee on the apron, and then looks back at Peyton, just jumps down, and it's a count out. So the Kabuki Warriors win, but are not the new champions. I'm gonna give this match a 1, just because the match sucked, and I'm not a fan of the Kabuki Warriors.
Um, it wasn't a great match. It
It
wasn't,
was a
but I feel
terrible
as
match.
though yeah, that's pretty bad. I also give it like a 1. It wasn't great, but I do like the Kabuki Warriors. It's
I
just
do not.
like it's when the tag titles for the women's tag titles don't get defended in over who knows
It's
how
like
long,
3 months since
and then this
WrestleMania, I think.
happens. It's kind of like what the fuck, you know.
I just
So
don't like the Kabuki War. I can't stand Asuka. I don't know why. Ever since NXT, I haven't liked her. And then Kairi Sane, I just hate her gimmick.
you don't like her?
The pirate princess or whatever. I can't stand it. I don't know. It's not for me.
Do you know how old Asuka is, dude? I just found this out recently.
33.
She's 37.
What?
Yeah.
I thought she was early 30s. I know she's been wrestling
No,
for a long time.
she's old.
What the frick? Interesting. I didn't know that. Paige is 26 and she's the manager.
Yeah. She's 37, bro. She
That's
was
crazy.
wild.
So yeah, 1 star for me. Not interested. And Iconics were so good when they first came to SmackDown with their trash talk. Now this is stupid.
Yeah. Honestly, would have preferred. Well, okay. Now that you know, now the Iconics are what they are now. Would you prefer if Bailey and Sasha had never lost in the Mania?
No, because Bailey wouldn't be where she is now.
That's true.
Sasha was in the crowd at SmackDown.
She was.
I saw it on her Instagram story. And
Yeah.
she did a signing with Sheamus, so I'm assuming her return is coming soon, which
I hope so.
I'm excited for.
She was really good.
I hope.
I get that she
Okay,
was
here's my
mad.
prediction. All right, continue. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, I get that she was mad about losing the titles, but she kind of had the right to be because she defended them once and lost them at the same time. So it was
Yeah.
like, okay, but
Yeah.
I'm just glad that she's not going over to AEW or anything. She's staying here,
Yeah.
and hopefully
I'm
with
glad.
this, I hope she goes to. She's on Raw right now, right? So
Is
hopefully,
anyone really on Raw anymore?
no. But if she does make a return, she's either making a return before SummerSlam, which I don't see, or she's gonna make a return during SummerSlam.
Yeah, that
During
was my
Bayley's
prediction.
match.
So I was
I'm thinking during
thinking
Bayley's match.
Bailey and Ember are gonna have their match, no interference. Bailey's gonna win. Sasha's gonna come out, pretend to celebrate, and then attack Bailey, and then they're gonna get a rivalry going for the championship at whatever the next pay-per-view is. Is it Hell in a Cell?
I don't know actually. I'll
I
check
don't know
right
what the
now.
next one is, but that would be best in my opinion. I think they could nail a rivalry together, so I'm excited for
Yeah,
that.
they started one. It was kind of like the start of one.
Oh yeah, when they attacked each other backstage.
Yeah, but now it was kind of.
Yeah.
It was like they
I don't think
instantly
it was no
regretted it.
build. It was just kind of like they just did it.
It's because I think at the time WWE regretted it and they were like, I
Yeah,
don't
they
want to do
took
that,
it
so
back.
let's.
I
Yeah,
think
so it's
also because
like,
they had the championships in mind, the tag team. They're like, if we get rid of them, then it's not gonna be as good.
yeah. So I
So,
kind of.
yeah. Do you
It is
want
Hell in a Cell, by the
to
way.
talk about Andrade? It is Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about the seventh match?
Yeah. Um. So it's Andrade versus Apollo Crews. Happy they're using Apollo Crews now.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
honestly think he could be a great mid-card champion, and even maybe eventually a big guy, one of the top guys in place. But definitely a good mid-carder. Mid-carder.
Calder.
Um, Smash wasn't bad though. It was actually really good. But it wasn't again, it wasn't one of those big matches that have big, hits and big
It was another
stunts.
quick
But
match, but it was good
uh,
for the quick, like,
for what they had, it was good.
yeah.
But Andrade, the heel that he is, attacks Apollo before the match even begins to show his dominance, show that no one messes with El Idolo. Why can't I say it in the Mexican?
El
El
Idolo.
Idolo. Bro, Corey Graves says it really well.
I know, right?
Yeah. But the match officially begins after that, and Andrade hits Apollo in the corner. When it's the move where Apollo's in, we'll just call him Apollo, where his name is Apollo.
It's
But
Apollo
I'm trying to
Crews.
say
They
that
added
when the
Crews back in.
superstar, I know, but when the superstar's in the corner, and then this situation was Apollo, he's sitting in the corner, and Andrade goes in, hits him with the knees, and at this point in time, he goes for the cover, right?
Yeah.
And Apollo rolls him up, says yeet, gets the roll up win, pinfall victory over Andrade, and Apollo wins it. And I was pretty happy about it. I hope this means something big for Apollo, but this is why I don't know if you agree with me or not. Each show needs another mid card championship.
Uh, I don't know. I think it would be confusing if it was another mid card, because then it would be like, why are you going for that one when you have this other one, and this guy doesn't have an opponent, but you're still going for that one? So I can't see that working, but I agree that they do need to give more opportunities to the mid carders. So like,
Yeah,
have some title matches on SmackDown, have some on Raw, have some like on pay-per-views or some live shows, or just like make the titles feel, I guess, important again. Because when
Yeah.
Miz was champion, it was important. When Cena was champion, it was important. Like when there was like those champions, it was great. Now it's just kind of like, okay, whoever has it is, they're good, but it doesn't really matter.
That's yeah, exactly your good point. With people who held either the Intercontinental or the U.S. champion, they had open challenges, and those open
Yeah,
challenges brought stars up to the roster.
yeah.
So it's like it kind of sucks that right now it's Nakamura and who's holding the U.S. title right now, AJ Styles, who are
Yeah.
both heels, and they don't care. So it's
That's
even
why
AJ Styles.
I
AJ
wanted
Styles did it
Ricochet.
before too, so it was like,
Yeah, because Ricochet was doing the Open Challenge the first week, and then he got destroyed by the
yeah,
club.
yeah.
So,
It was
what would you rate this match? Even though it was like a 3 minute match.
definitely. I wouldn't be mad giving it a 3.
Really? I was thinking like a 2.5, just because Apollo won.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 3 just because it there was hardly any flaws. Again, it did have enough time, no, but it definitely was good enough for what it had. And I'm giving it a 3 as well because I feel like this is gonna be a boost for Apollo Crews, and it's gonna hopefully maybe they get a
Lead to
feud.
more.
They probably won't get a match at Mania, and if they do, it'll be a pre-show match. But
You mean SummerSlam?
yeah, yeah. Sorry guys. Um,
So, for me, it's weird because I thought instantly when this happened, I thought of Raw when Cedric got the roll up on Drew McIntyre because I felt
mm,
like it was the exact same thing just on both shows.
yeah,
Because you have an underdog who's like expected to lose, and then they get a roll up, and then they win, and then they celebrate on the stage just like running away, and then the heel looks pissed. It was like the exact same outcome, exact same match. So I don't know. I didn't like how it was a night apart from each other because I think they're very similar storylines. But
yeah.
I like Apollo. I'm not mad about it.
Mm,
So shall we move on to the main event?
yep.
All right. So after the Apollo Andrade match, we got a recap of Bray Wyatt's return, and it was again terrifying but great. So good job, Bray, or the Fiend, whatever he wants to be called. So our main event, after Kevin Owens made his way back into the building, it was Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. So this one was okay. It had its moments, but also again a lot of headlocks, a lot of like slower paced action, which you wouldn't really expect with Ziggler and Kevin Owens. But it was decent.
Yeah, at least it was better than the one in Extremes.
I mean, yeah, I could actually blink in this match and I wouldn't miss the ending.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So at least it got that.
the first real spot of the match was Kevin Owens did his like diving senton, I guess, over the top rope, landed on Dolph Ziggler on the outside, and then he tried doing. I call it the swanton, but people call it the senton. It's Jeff Hardy swanton, but he tried that, and Dolph Ziggler got his knees up, and then this is where Ziggler kind of took over the match for the most part. He hit a famouser, and then I think it was like 2 or 3 elbows to the chest. And I wrote lots of headlocks. I think it was like 3 different headlocks. And then
Yeah.
Ziggler hit his like jumping DDT, which is actually a really sick move. I really like that.
The one that plants him into the ground real well.
Yeah,
So good.
where he like jumps, like catches him in a guillotine, and then brings him down. And he does like a scream as he goes up.
Yeah. Every
It's really good.
time, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's like supposed to happen with everybody, but like everyone just lands straight, so
Yeah,
they're like all stiff, and it just looks like it actually hurts.
yeah,
So
he
it's just
does a
really
really good job with it. After the kick out from Kevin Owens, Smackdown heels with Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, who is again on Raw. Just stay on Raw. They come out, surround the ring. Who was in it? It was like Buddy
Okay,
Murphy,
this is the thing.
B
I don't
Team.
remember everybody, but why? It's pissed me off again with this. Is well, it's not pissing me off, but it's like it's annoying. Why is Buddy there? But we already talked about that.
AOP was there.
What? AOP was there. Why are they there? Why are they mad at Kevin Owens? You know, like, can you
I don't
not?
know. It doesn't
Like, I
make
get that
sense.
you're heels, but like, stop giving McMahon entourage people, bro. Because everybody who's their entourage besides Drew McIntyre is shit. They never get
Yeah.
anything. So it's like, we not give them entourages anymore? Just leave them be.
Yeah.
Let them do that.
So
You know?
we had like B Team, we had Shelton Benjamin. Okay, what is happening with Shelton?
I don't know.
What is like that 2 week with him just like looking in the distance and smiling creepily? Like I don't like that. It looks like he's like
I don't
smiling into my soul. I don't want that.
It's weird. He didn't do it this week, did he?
No, I don't think so. No time. There's 8 matches in a 2-hour show.
Yeah, that's an average of what? That's 8 divided by 4 minutes per match?
I don't know, but there's a lot of segments.
I might have just sounded really stupid saying it's 4 minutes per match, so... My math is actually really good, guys. Don't get on me.
32 minutes. So, so it was like B Team, Shelton, Shinsuke, like it was just a bunch of random people. And after this, KO was like looking down, just like yelling at Shane, like, "What are you doing? Why are they all out here?" Ziggler hits him with a zigzag. KO kicks out at 2. He gets up, hits Ziggler with a stunner, doesn't pin him. Okay, so this is what... Okay, so after he stuns Ziggler, or stunners Ziggler, he goes outside and hits the stunner on Shane. And then he runs away with all the heels chasing him. Buddy Murphy in the frickin' lead, of course. And then... So here's my question. Did Ziggler win the match?
Yeah.
Because they didn't count out. They didn't do anything. It's like the match just came to a halt.
I'm pretty sure we can all assume that Ziggler won.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like the fact that they're making Kevin Owens probably the biggest face in SmackDown.
Next to Kofi right now. I think he'll
Next
eventually
to
get there,
New
but
Day.
Kofi's
Yeah.
New Day still.
But I like that he has all the heels going after him. Like, he's a good guy. He's following through with what he said.
Can it not be Buddy Murphy, the heel that's going after him,
Yeah,
or the others playing, bro? Can
Yeah,
not?
I agree.
Wasn't Drake Maverick? Speaking of Drake Maverick again, wasn't Drake Maverick there? Sure.
I don't think so. That would be funny if he was there.
No, but I know, but like, isn't that another thing Drake Maverick does? That's tragic. Drake Maverick is
He's
something
great.
else.
He's great.
Alright.
So, I would rate this... I'm going to give it a 3.25. I felt like the match had... I mean, they did all their main moves. But I don't like the people that came out with Shane. I don't feel like that was really needed until after the match.
Yeah.
I think it would have made sense if Kevin Owens beat Ziggler and then everyone surrounded him. He hit the stunner on Ziggler, then Shane, and then ran away. And then the show ended like that. But it was like in the middle of the match, so it was kind of like, okay, like, why? So that's why I give it that. What would you rate it?
I give it a 3.
3? Yeah.
I give it a 3. It was a good match. Again, the only thing that brings it down for me is probably just a personal preference, but like, Buddy Murphy, I love you. Can you not? Like.
Yeah, that's annoying.
News, by the way. Or, well, we'll first talk about this, because we didn't talk about it in the last one. What are your thoughts on the WWE reunion next week?
I'm excited. I don't know what it entails, but it's a 3-hour show, so I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of legends.
It's always a 3-hour show, bro. What are you talking about?
I know, but like it's
It's
three
a 3 hour
hours
show. What do you
of
mean?
no, but like I'm saying, because SmackDown's 2, so Raw's like always a 3 hour show, so it'll have more time to fit in more legends than if it was on SmackDown. Because like remember
Okay.
SmackDown 1000, like it didn't have too much time because it was just 2 hours.
It was 3 hours.
Was it? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, that was the initiation of 3 hours. Remember that same day they announced, oh, Raw's gonna stay 3 hours.
No, for SmackDown 1000.
SmackDown thought, yeah, that was shit.
Yeah, that's why. So like Raw will have more time, so we'll be able to see more. So I'm excited. I think it'll be good.
But
I just
here's
hope for
how you
Rikishi.
can
I want to see Rikishi again.
Rikishi return and him with the Usos. But here's one confirmed. She just said this, or not just 10 hours ago. Can you guess who? She's a she. She's been gone for 8 years.
Kelly.
Okay, she hasn't been gone for 8 years, bro. She came back like
I
2 years
miss
ago.
her.
I wouldn't be surprised to see on there tomorrow, but on Monday.
Tori Wilson?
But no,
Candice Michelle.
it's one in my opinion, bro. She came back 2 years ago. She was in the
Oh,
Rumble.
oh yeah.
She's one that I won't lie. I never thought she'd come back.
Eva Marie.
Or she says she's coming back. She might not be coming back, but she says that she wants to come back. She says that it's the perfect time for her to come home, and
Is it Eva
you know,
Marie?
fuck off. She didn't. She wasn't even in the company for 8 years, bro.
Who? She was in the Rumble?
No, she hasn't been back in
Maurice?
8 years, bro.
No, she was there with Miz.
Bro, she wrestled at
Shut
33.
Beth Phoenix. Don't
She
know.
wrestled at 35.
Mickey James.
She's injured,
Alexa Bliss.
bro.
I don't know.
You get what?
Yeah,
It's
who is it?
Melina.
Oh, I forgot about Melina.
Damn it, bro. I'm pissed.
I was close.
Oh no. You do.
I said Maurice. It starts with an M.
That's the only letter you got right.
Oh yeah, I'd be down to see Melina. With John Morrison.
Same day, same day.
Eh?
But I'm hoping. What legends are you hoping for a return?
Hulk Hogan, I think, was confirmed. He was on the advertising board in the bottom corner of SmackDown.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels, 100%. Want to see him.
Stone Cold, I want to see.
Yeah, Mick Foley.
Here's a big one that I think
The
won't
Rock.
happen, but I'm hoping it'll happen. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking probably won't happen, but it'd be cool if he
That'd
did
be
come back.
great. Ric
It's not
Flair.
really. He's not that old. Ric Flair, yeah, but he's not that old. But John Cena, I'm pretty sure he'll be there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Who
It
else?
should be good.
Sting.
I'm just
I think
excited
Sting's
to-
gonna be there.
Taker.
Taker will probably be there. But we'll see.
Goldberg. Yeah,
Goldberg will be there.
Gobbledygooker. But
I see
I
Lita.
think
Shepherd Boy, what?
Doink the Clown.
Hey, bro, don't do my guy like that. Rest in peace, Doink the Clown.
I know, but there's like 5 of them, so one of them could fill in.
Look, bro.
Heath Slater. That could.
Old school Heath Slater. Yeah. Wendy's chick.
3-man band.
Bro,
Oh my
imagine
god,
the
Drew
I can't
McIntyre,
imagine.
Jinder, and Heath Slater come out.
Could you imagine
Oh.
that? Bro, that would be hilarious.
Damian Sandow.
He's back into wrestling. So
I
maybe.
know,
Probably
exactly.
not.
You never know.
CM Punk. No, I'm just
Okay,
kidding. Yeah, no.
stop.
We can all dream, okay?
Alright, so let's rate SmackDown out of 10. What do we give Raw? I think I gave Raw a 6.5 or a 7.
I think I gave it a 6. You gave it a little bit higher than I
I
did.
think I gave it a 6.5. I'm gonna give SmackDown a 6. I thought it was worse than Raw. Not by a lot, but I did think Raw was more entertaining at least. I feel like I was more into it.
Yeah, I'm giving it mine I'm not gonna give it a 5.5. I think I'd give it a 5.75.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm still excited for next week. I'm excited about Ali Nakamura. Excited about Randy Kofi. Like, there's some good stuff. Ember Bailey.
Apparently, there's a new show that they announced for next Saturday. Um, it's a Smack. I don't know if it's a SmackDown only thing, but it's like a WWE Network special. I
Interesting.
forget what it's called. Can't find it.
I didn't watch Evolve. I should probably go back
I
and
didn't,
watch that.
I didn't either. Um, what's the new event called? I don't remember, but it had a. But why can't I find it? I should
For
do
this
this.
Saturday or next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. It's called
Smackdown Saturday.
Smack Smackville.
Oh yeah, I
So
did
they
hear about
announced it.
that.
Called it announced for July 27th it's at 8 Central. It's tragic. It's in apparently it's gonna be in Nashville, so that's why it's called Smackville. Um, it'll be okay. So this explosive in reaction will include a main event, triple threat match for the WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler versus Samoa Joe,
Okay, so Kofi's
and
winning.
then yeah, and then we have an addition. In addition, there's a newly crowned Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke will defend his championship. Or no, is he defending it? No, it doesn't say he's defending it, but I'm gonna assume he's defending it. Nakamura is going head to head against Finn Balor. So I guess Finn's not going
So
yet.
he's not getting his break.
I think it's after this probably. I thought he was already taking it, but I guess not. And then,
Interesting.
hey, maybe you'll like this. The evening will also feature a special musical performance
By
by
Elias.
Elias.
Oh, let's go. Yes.
Hell no.
Alright, yeah, that should be good.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll see. It's next Saturday.
I think that's it.
Yep.
Alright, thank you for everyone that watches this. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave any comments if you guys want to ask anything. We'll address anything in future videos. So, yeah, alright. Peace out, guys.